Hi everybody, it's Julie and I am here with the next pre-video, pre-game video, pre-journal video. And I'm going to go ahead and coffee dye one of the kits so that we can see how the items take to coffee dyeing. So when I coffee dye, the first thing I do is I make myself a cup of coffee because it's usually pretty cool, like cold. It's usually morning when I coffee dye, and it's usually pretty chilly here. So I took a quick sip. Yum. Okay, I've made some coffee, and it's still warm. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my Pyrex dish. This is what I choose to use. This is how I coffee dye. It may not be the right way. It's worked for me. And so I just want to see how the papers are going to take and the material. Because I did this kit with a very white background because the material for the inspiration pieces had a white background. So we'll just go ahead and we'll start by putting these in. I'm just gonna put them in and let them soak for a bit because it's actually still pretty hot. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put some in. Then I have the pink ribbon. I have the blue baker's twine. I'm even going to dye check the baker's twine. So here's your piece of that lace, this lace, this lace. You'll get something similar. This one I'm not sure how it's going to do because it might melt and it might separate. So that will be good to know. Let's see, we also have our little daisies, and these little daisies, same thing. I don't know if that's going to separate or stay. We have the roses, the little bag. There is some white ribbon. This, the lace, the all these different things. Okay, so we're gonna start, like I said, we'll start with all the material pieces and then we're gonna try the flowers. And then we will, you know what, I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab something, some tongs. Yeah, I'll try some tongs. I should have let the coffee, you know what, I have some cold coffee over here. I can just go ahead and pour some of the cold coffee in the hot coffee. You do want it warm though, it seems to process a little better. So there we go. So that is the cold coffee. I was going to do this yesterday and then I looked at the clock and realized my husband was going to be home in like 20 minutes and there's no way I could have gotten this done. So starting with the materials and the ribbons, and I'm just going to go ahead and give them a soak. And so this has a little bit of color change, but not a lot. And I'm just going to put it over here. I have a tray over here. Don't really see any difference in the pearls. We just put that ribbon in there. So, oh wow, look at there. That's got some, it's holding some. Let's put that up there. Okay. Good. This one, this was another one I wasn't sure how it was gonna do being wet, and it seems like it's gonna be okay. I don't know that it's has a lot of a difference. Okay, so this lace, that took it. Look at that. The pink ribbon, looks like it took some of the color. Oh wow, look it. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Okay, so this is the pink, light pink tulle, and oh my gosh, that is cool. I like that. Okay. Pink baker's twine. Looks like we got a little bit of color, not a whole lot. Oh, our daisies colored just a little. I don't know that we would notice much difference with this. Our rickrack took some color. Okay, this piece of lace, it took some of the color. Oh yeah, look at, and it's not falling apart, so that's awesome. The blue, I don't know. I don't know if it really took any color. I would definitely, the yellow did a little bit, toned it down. Oh yeah, over on the tray it definitely did. Okay, so the roses, yeah, they were pretty white. Yeah, our laces look good. This is exciting because, you know, I just bought all that lace in from Ben Franklin, and so it's nice to see that it will take the tea dyeing, because so now that I know that, I'll go back and buy the rest of the white lace. Okay, so I'm going to leave the white in here just a little longer to see if I can get that to take any. Oh good, the baker's twine took it. And it doesn't look like we're losing any dye either. Okay, so this little one, very good. And now we are to our material. Okay, so this is our 9x9 square. Awesome, I think. Our white ribbon, and here is our basket. So what do you think? It took some. Maybe we should open it up, put it in there, and let it soak for a second while we get the 3-piece squares. Yeah, those did good. Okay. So, and if you wanted this darker, you might be able to leave it in longer to get it to take it darker. Okay. So there we go. So that is our materials and laces. And now we're going to just let them dry. I have them on, they're just on a cookie sheet for right now, because there's not going to be enough room for everything that I have to put out. Okay, so we will move these over. So right now I choose not to use the oven in my coffee dyeing. I actually like the lighter look that you get from, I need to move this coffee or I won't have room. Move all the coffee. Okay, so I have foil on my table, just big sheets of foil all over my table. So here we go. So this is the wrapping paper, and I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll try and see. I want to see which ones, making sure that our papers stay together, don't like come apart. There's going to be some items that you're not going to want to coffee dye. So those were wrapping papers. We have the ticket. I've done tickets before. The thing about a ticket is you want to kind of break the paper up, is the one thing that I've... Okay. Ticket. We have a couple of doilies. Now the doilies are very fragile, and you can do a couple things with your doilies. You can okay, so this is one of the, you get 3 different papers like this, and so I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to dry it upside down over here, and I'm going to put this doily on top of it, and we might get the impression, we should get the impression of the doily on this paper, and it will dry. And so let's do this one. I've got the blue hexagon one, and what I'm doing is I'm turning it over like this, and then I'm laying the doily on top of the paper like this and letting it dry, and hopefully we'll get the imprint of the doily. And then we have one more of those. Okay, this is the yellow one. Again, we'll put it upside down, and we're going to put the banner. Okay, so we have this banner. So far, everything is dying well. We're going to put the banner on this one. Let's see. Like that. Okay. And then you can spread some more coffee on them if you want. Okay, we have the wood piece. Now, if you chose to use this to make your basket, it's okay that if you didn't get it coffee dyed before you made your basket. Okay, then we have, okay, so we can go ahead and just, these papers pretty much know that they're going to be okay. They're a little fragile. Okay, and I'm just doing like a puzzle. It looks like Tetris on my table right now. Okay, so next we have the address page, and yours may have addresses on both sides, or it may have pictures on one side. We'll bring that over here. We have the tulip journal page. Oh, interesting. Look what it did. It's interesting to see. Okay, so that is where they printed onto the page. So, I mean, you can get some pretty interesting effects also when you coffee dye. And from your different papers. Next we have the origami paper. Again, this one is pretty fragile. We'll see how it does. Okay, so it wants to roll. That's one thing we discovered with that one. I have just enough room to lay that down there. Okay, then we have our little ledger. And you can lay papers on top of each other. They'll give you a different effect as well. My coffee. So this one also, look at that, interesting how it has the edge happening on it, similar to that other paper. You should have two of these. So these are all doing pretty well. So I just know that some people really want to make a journal that has that vintage look. And I was like, I don't know if all these will take the coffee dyeing. That's not what I was planning for when I, you can go ahead and put a few papers in and let them be soaking. Okay. Now you get 3 of each of these. This one, for some reason, this is one of the extra kits, and they are missing. They're the ones I've been stealing pages out of. Okay. That's probably as far as we should go. So let's see. Oh yeah, these look good. So happy with the material, happy with the papers so far. Okay. Wish I had a bigger room. and more foil. I'm gonna run out of foil. That was the problem. I could do all my countertops and everything, but I'm low on foil. Okay, there's that blue one. Okay, and it still has its lines on it, barely, but they're there. Okay. So this is the digital that I printed. Let's see how it does. Oh, very nice. Very nice. And you could do like the doilies on the back. That would be kind of cool. You can go way up here. Okay, so this is regular blue copy paper with the border punch, border punch out of a couple spots. And this paper also does that weird everything on the edge. Okay, this is kind of a pretty thin paper. This is computer paper from Dollar Tree. It's also going to do the funny thing there. Okay, then we have the children's writing paper, very thin. Could probably leave this as it is and maybe sprinkle some coffee on it. It did make it. It did make it. I was concerned about that one. Okay, we have our music paper. It's pretty thick paper. We have this computer paper. Again, it's kind of thick. Oh, look at that effect. We'll see what that does when it dries. Okay, then we have this really cool white paper. It's vintage note paper. I have a lot of this in my stash. Woo! Very, very delicate. But it's working. It's going to give you some pretty awesome technique there too. Character to that paper. Okay. And I have pages dripping on other pages. Oh, music paper. There we go. I don't know if this book was vintage, but the songs are. Okay, need to move this over a little. There we go. We have the ledger paper. The graph paper. Yeah, this one's a little thinner. It has graph paper on one side, and on the other side it's lined paper. So let's see if it keeps its graph and its lines. Because that's another thing that can happen sometimes, is your papers can lose their ink. And this is more of the computer paper from Dollar Tree. I just got this a couple weeks ago. So you may be able to find this at your Dollar Tree. Okay. Have to move some things. Okay, so this is all the large pieces, and okay, we know the yellow paper works, and we know this one works. We'll do that on the next batch because there's no more room. But we can do, okay, so this is the wallpaper. This is the small piece of wallpaper. I just wanted to see if it was going to have the paste. And probably not going to get much happening on that side, and this side's going to just turn darker. We can go ahead and use this space right here. Let's try some flowers. So we have the stephanotis, it took the color. The paper flowers, that'll be interesting to see how they dry. The daisies take color. Oh shoot, we still have ledger paper. And my battery is going to die, so we will continue with this later. Let's see, blue flower. We have all these little flowers. I do, if I'm making a project, I dye everything that I can. So you don't have to, but I want it to all match, and if it's a vintage theme and I'm using coffee dyed papers or papers that look really old, then look, so the flowers look like they're all taking color. That's good. And let's see, we have a little bit of room up there, so we can go ahead and these are the tickets. I've done these before, and they color nicely. Okay. Move that over there. So we have this one. My husband's going to come home and go, why is there paper all over the table? Because I have to go and blow up balloons. Okay, so here is the little dress, and it is taking the color, so that is good. There's a little place over here. Here's the contact sheet note card or postcards. There we go. One of the blue papers. And I think that is all that we can do so far. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are going to coffee dye your kit, I would love to hear about it. Or if you're coffee dyeing today, find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe and have an amazing day. Bye. Oh, there's still spring blossom kits available in my Etsy shop, Dearjuliejulie. Link for that down below. Bye-bye. Have an amazing day.